Buongiorno race car fans. So we got another one of these Dydo Ferrari F1 kits to come in, and this is the 1961 Dino 156 F1. Can't make sense of any of that, but I think there's usually some stats back here. Let's see if I can focus here. Okay, so there's a V6 engine, and it's making around 190 horsepower. It's 1500 cc's. I believe in 1961 the racing regulations dropped from 2.5 liters to 1.5 liters. So that was the reason for this new chassis to come out. This thing seems to be rolling on 15-inch wheels. It weighs only 420 kilograms. So that's quite impressive, 190 horsepower well, you gotta have a driver, right? So let's say 500 kilograms. With 190 horsepower, that seems pretty good. Okay, yeah, I think this is Japanese saying 2500 cc's reduced to 1500 cc's in this year. Okay, so if you want to pause again, let me focus. These are the other models in the collection. And then it doesn't say when this was made, but I think usually on the bottom of these it says when the actual casting was made. So, this is a really popular, or not popular, but it was a really historic race car, I guess. So, Phil Hill, who's a pretty popular race car driver, he drove this thing and won a driver's championship in this 1961 year. And Ferrari won 2 constructors' championships with this chassis in 1961 and also in 1964. Okay, so I put it together and we're looking at a photo of a car, but it's not the real car because I guess Ferrari policy back then was to scrap all their F1 cars. So no real F1 cars of this particular design exist. They're all destroyed. So these are replicas we're looking at. But it does look like the replica. And you'll notice a distinctive nose here with these 2 air intake nostrils. This is dubbed the sharknose because of that appearance. Okay, so that's the rear. Yeah, I mean, it seems pretty good to me. Alright. A couple other famous drivers drove this car. Richie Ginther and John Surtees, and several more that frankly I haven't heard of because I don't really follow F1. And sadly, Wolfgang von Trips died in one of these when he ran into his teammate. I guess the tires touched and he he crashed and sadly killed a bunch of spectators as well. So, a sad day in F1 history. Okay, so let's take a look here. Now, unfortunately, being a red diecast, you can see the paint rash there, so that's unfortunate. And also, these wheels are, I guess, as good as you can get for wire wheels. They cost so little. I don't know what this model kit cost, but I bet it was like $5, less than $6. And it does say when. This thing came out in 2004, and then there's what the car is here, the 61 race, and some minor engine details, and these exhausts running out here. Seems alright. Little tread pattern on the tires looks good, and yeah, they're pretty tall tires there. It was a long time ago. This is supposed to be clear plastic, but Kyosho decided to just paint it silver. I'm okay with it. This is nice. A little separate chromed plastic roll hoop. Alright, and then a really plain interior there. The printing is nice because it's not a decal. Some of these F1 cars by Kyosho have decals, or Dydo, but these all look like they're tampo print. Oh, I'm mistaken. This looks like a decal because you can see that clear around the black. So, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. But what about the number 2? The number 2 does look like a tampo print. So it's weird, it's a mix of tampo printing and then decals. Alright, well, there's a little molded in engine detail there. And then those exhausts roll out the back. The back is pretty plain. Maybe there's a radiator there? I'm not sure. Can't imagine what else it would be. And then I have to imagine that maybe some carburetor downpipes are there. And then here's some air inlets, maybe to cool off the transmission or something. And then this is also an air inlet, and that must be for cooling. I don't know where the radiator would be on such an old car. Would it be up front? Because it has these giant air vents, right? So maybe the radiator is there. Or maybe they're at an angle and the driver's feet are kind of like squished in the middle. I'm not sure. I didn't look up a schematic of this frame. It's supposed to be a tubular steel frame chassis. Not sure about the bodywork though. I don't know if the bodywork is aluminum or steel or what. I would have to guess it's aluminum, but please leave a comment if you know better. I'm just guessing most of the time. Okay, well, I guess there's not much to show. It's such a small model. Well, this is also interesting. Why would these 3 ribs be there? Strength, I guess, but they're not on the replica cars. They're just like panel gaps on the replica cars. But maybe Kyosho knows something those replica car makers don't, although I kind of doubt that. Alright, well, let me compare it to a couple other of these Dydo or Kyosho model kits here. This is a 1951 375 F1. So, 1951. I've already forgotten what year this is. I think I have Alzheimer's. I have like a less than 2 minute attention span. I guess that's YouTube for you. YouTube has reduced the attention span of people because videos, except for mine, are very short. Alright, so this next model is a 1964 Ferrari 158 F1. So we got 50s, early 60s, and 64. So they're all kind of still similar. They're all like that belly tank racer kind of look with the exposed, totally exposed wheels, no wings or anything like that. Just lightweight and power to weight ratios, I suppose. So if you're curious, I know I was. Here's a more modern vehicle. Granted, it's only from the 2003 season, but here's the Ferrari 2003 car. But it's kind of similar to today's F1 cars, all voluptuous and little winglets everywhere. Alright. So, let's get these out and let this thing go for a spin. I will continue to get more of these F1 cars for sure. I like to see the changes that are made as the years go by and the F1 rules change. So look at this photo. I mean, this person driving the replica car. That must be really fun. I mean, it's basically a go-kart, but a really fast go-kart. Granted, you wouldn't want to crash in that thing because you'll be beheaded. I just can't see that roll bar doing much to protect you. You know, I would have a much thicker roll bar than that if I was driving that thing around. And look how thin the steering wheel is. It's a giant steering wheel, and it's so thin, the rim of it. Anyways, it's interesting to see cars of yesteryear. Alright, well, if you like F1 history, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you stay tuned because I will continue to get more of these as the opportunities arise. Alright, see ya. Thanks.